bring about the SARS-CoV-2 virus from the National Institute of Virology, Pune, wrote to the ICMR exactly in April 2020 and received the virus strains from NIV Pune, transported it by road due to the lack of the supply chain, and the cargo and the air movement, traffic movement at that time was all shut down due to the lockdown. All of us know that. And we physically transported the virus from Pune to Hyderabad to our facilities. Covaxin that's how we started working on the virus itself, bringing it to Hyderabad, inactivating it. The bioprocess teams worked for the entire month of May and completely ensured that they have inactivated the virus, which means that they have killed it, so that it does not cause any harm, physical harm to the personnel, the bioprocess technicians and the manufacturing technologists who are there, and the R&D scientists who have to work with it in the QC labs and also in the process and the production labs. So we did that, and then of course had mulled over that material that we manufactured as a potential candidate for vaccine. We call it only as a potential candidate at that point of time, run that information through the Drug Controller General of India under the CDSCO of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which is the regulator for most of the pharma industry and the health sector itself, and also the biotech industry and life sciences sector. So we ran the data, the information that we had of a potential candidate. So they gave us permissions to run it through animal models, which we did in our preclinical testing, and later on submitted that data to then seek permissions again after having proven the safety of this vaccine candidate in those small animal models, which is a part of the routine international standard guidelines and protocols that we follow for any vaccine that is out there. So that is how this entire process got started. And one after the other, every stage was accomplished with science, technology, and mandated regulatory protocols and procedural requirements and regulations that have to be followed under the National Regulatory Authority. So the phase 1 clinical trials in humans completed on safety with good data, and then the phase 2 for immunogenicity was also completed in 380 subjects in 12 medical institutions. And then the last one was the phase 3 efficacy trial, which was done in 25 hospitals across the country, involving 26,000 volunteers across India. So this data was, again, an interim data was submitted in, I think it was in March, on March 3rd, if I remember it right, with an 81% efficacy. And just last 2 weeks back, we came out with the second interim data of the trial itself with 78% efficacy for Covaxin in the population that it was subjected to in a double-blind randomized study that was conducted by these institutions. And then that's how this whole process started out. So it is a long story, but a very short time frame that we could somehow compress timelines which were unimaginably which are unimaginable in this world of medical, in manufacturing pharmaceuticals and in development of vaccines, where 12, 15, 20, 25-year timelines are very, very commonly known for most of us in the industry. Especially new molecules do not come less than 15 to 20 years. So that is how stringent the sector is. But all this happened in under 10 months. Today we are on the cusp of manufacturing millions of doses and having rolled it out to the country since January 16th for the first responders who have started taking it from then.